Hey, welcome guys. Hey, I'm Charles,
This is Elijah.
and this is the Broken Boys podcast. This is episode 3.
3.
Yeah,
This is
three.
episode 3.
This is episode 3. This was right now we're recapping games 3 and 4 of the NBA playoffs, and it's been an exciting slate, especially for my team. But we can get to them at a later time. What game you want to kick it off with?
Let's kick it off with Bucks and Bulls. Game 3 and 4 were pretty much the same in terms of they were both blowout wins for the Bucks.
Chris Middleton got hurt though.
Chris Middleton is hurt, which I thought would have gave the Bulls a chance, but it just went the opposite way that I was expecting, and the Bucks has just showed them why they're the reigning champs.
Yeah, Giannis is just too powerful. Giannis. The first game it was more like a team thing. It was more like this is what happens when you protect Giannis. Giannis had like 18 points.
No, that was the second game. No, Giannis has been scoring
Right.
in this series. The first game I think he had like 27.
Giannis is just being ridiculous.
Yeah,
And 3-point
Giannis is
shooting
crazy.
and the replacement of Chris Middleton has allowed like someone like Grayson Allen to step up and then just have tremendous 3-point shooters if there isn't like shot creation. And then they can run like insane tall lineups with like Brook Lopez, Bobby Portis, and Giannis, and it's difficult to score with those people.
Yeah,
Right.
Game 3, Giannis had 18.
Right.
Yeah, so he had 18, and they still won by 20,
Right.
which is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. If you don't defend Giannis, it's okay. If if there's a wall, you just need the other players to make your shots, and then they have made their shots.
Yeah. In Game 4, Grayson Allen showed up. Grayson Allen came and stepped up. He came and stepped up off the bench to help replace Chris Middleton's absence. He had like 23, 24, hit 6 or 7 threes. Drew Holiday stepped up and was making shots. We was just joking before we started that Drew Holiday is such an inconsistent shooter, but when he's on, he's on. And he was on last game. And for the Bulls,
They lost game 2, right?
yeah, they
Okay,
lost
okay,
game
okay,
2.
okay.
For the Bulls is just, you had a good year. I'm just gonna say it now. You had a good year,
man.
You had a good
DeMar
year.
DeRozan.
Yeah, you had a good year.
Zach LaVine and first team All NBA. They're definitely they're second team All NBA because Jason
Yeah.
Tatum came out of nowhere. And
I
Devin Booker
think DeMar
had a
is
better
second.
season.
I think he's second team, but he can sneak into first team.
He can sneak in
Like, he's
first
gonna
team.
get a couple first team
I
votes.
think people know that Jason Tatum is better.
Yeah.
But
I'm not even talking about. I think they will have DeMar as a guard too. Like some votes will have him as a guard because he was a shooting guard for the All-Star game.
That's
So
true.
yeah,
But it will be him
or Booker. So it'll be
Booker.
close. I think it's gonna be close.
Him or Luka.
Nah, Luka's a 4, a 3 or 4. They don't count him as a guard. The NBA is weird with their guard
Guarding.
positions and stuff like that. But back to these games, yeah, the Bucks, they just did what they do, and the Bulls, they got a lot of growing, but they're in the right direction.
I like the development of Patrick Williams.
Yeah,
He's been like I know there's no answer to Giannis. You just kind of gotta like
take it.
you
Yeah,
gotta
you
take
just
it.
gotta take
It's tough. But with Giannis, there's at least some people like in the NBA like okay, there's like someone who can be in front like a Joel Embiid or like the wall that Boston can present. Like there's actually some things that you can put together. Things in Miami, like there's actually like some things like okay, we can actually like have some resistance.
Yeah.
And I think Patrick Williams could probably be that for Chicago. With that type of base at the low end, because Vucevic.
He doesn't play defense. Yeah.
He gonna get cooked,
Yeah.
man. So having that presence down low and him showing effort, I mean, like he's still getting dropped 33 on his head every other night, but it just shows that there is some type of
There's growth.
yeah,
There's growth,
and
in
there's
them.
insurance against the person who you have to beat.
Yeah.
if they have
But
to
with all that being said, this is over next
Slacking.
game. Yeah, it's gonna be over in the next game.
It's gonna be over.
Yeah.
Talking about a series that's about to be over. Let's do Nets versus.
No, let's save that for
Hawks.
last. Yeah, let's save the Nets for
Not
last.
Nets.
The Hawks and the Heat.
Hawks and the Heat.
Yeah, this is sad for me. I'm a Trae Young fan, so this is sad for me. Yeah.
I thought Trae Young would be better.
I did too, but what Miami is doing is just they're playing Trae Young like similar to how the Celtics are playing KD. In terms of they're just like, we're gonna get physical with you. We're gonna send two when we need to, and we just gonna have to act. We're gonna make anyone else beat us, and no one in Atlanta can beat them. So
it's
a perfect game plan.
And it's the thing that upsets me is that there's no other person to generate that offense except for Trae Young.
Yeah.
There's no other type of, like, Bogdanovich had his thing going.
He can score, but Bogdanovich is not gonna get the assists and create for others. So yeah,
it's so like
they need a second guy.
Yeah, you know when someone is just like, "Can you pay me rent? Can you pay me rent? Can you help, bro?"
Yeah.
Like, and it's just
that's how it is. Yeah,
like everyone is relying on Trae Young. Trae Young, I still thought he should have done.
He should
better.
be playing better.
And you know what's crazy? They're not too far off. Whoa, they got blown out.
Defensively, they're lost.
Yeah, they got blown out
they're
last
lost.
game, and they got blown out. But they could have won game 2 and 3.
They won game 3.
Right,
Trae Young hit the game-winning shot.
So
in
he had
game
the game-winning shot. They could have won. But the one where Jimmy Butler went off for 45,
they could have. They could have won.
And it's so close, but they just don't know. They don't play defense. You know, I would think a team with Okongwu and Hunter and what's his face, Capella back now would be able to
show some resistance.
And it's dumb plays, you know, just like allowing Jimmy Butler to intercept a pass right in front of the inbound line. Like
that I know exactly what play you're talking about.
You know,
that was from John Collins. That was ridiculous. Yeah.
And he froze like a Madden play. He was like,
"Yeah,
it's ridiculous."
It's ridiculous.
It's stupid, man.
It sucks because I'm a huge Trae Young fan, and I was really hoping to see him find a way to win this series, but it's looking like it.
They stole one.
Yeah.
I still believe they can steal 2.
It's gonna be tough. But
Miami,
hey, who knows? Gotta take it one game at a time. It's looking tough.
And you know, Trae Young usually gets his powers on the road somehow.
Yeah.
So let's see how it goes. But kind of disappointed in Atlanta. Kind of disappointed Trae Young showing.
So the next series we're gonna talk about is a series that's probably gonna be over soon too. The Nuggets and the Warriors. The Nuggets, they lost game. Both these games in Denver have been real competitive by the Nuggets. But game 3 they lost. Curry was Curry. Draymond got a clutch steal and a clutch on Jokic. Poole and Clay have been great too. The Warriors is just a well-oiled machine right now, and it's tough to beat them.
It's tough. Like, game 3 was tough. You have a 37 point
outing from Jokic.
And outstanding, and you lose in this game. And were they down? Were they down last game?
In game 3?
Yeah.
The Nuggets, they were down, and they came back. The Nuggets was down most of the game, and they came back, and they actually stole a lead late in the 4th, and then the Warriors was like, okay, we're gonna win this one.
We're gonna win this one, and it's just consistent offense. It's just based on rotation. And the thing is that there's nothing you can do. I know people want to critique Jokic, just like, oh, he should be an MVP. Jokic is a great player.
He's doing everything he can.
What do you expect this month?
He has no help.
You have 3 great shooters just running around for open shots
with a great passer,
and your second best player is Aaron Gordon,
and he's hit or miss, but.
It's tough.
They pulled one out in game 4. They actually pulled it out, but I think that's more of the Warriors didn't start the way that they should have, and they was just like, okay, we stole one in Denver, so y'all can have this game, but we already did what our job was to still one in Denver, and the Denver Nuggets just fought for their lives, and they was able to pull it out.
This is what it took for Denver to win, right? They had to be at home.
Mm-hmm.
Jokic had to have 37
again.
Barton had to have 20.
Mm-hmm.
DeMarcus Cousins
had to go out there and shoot like he was Curry.
DeMarcus Cousins had to give you things off the bench.
You needed Curry to miss 4 free throws.
4 free throws,
which is never gonna happen again.
Curry wasn't scoring, wasn't having a good outing.
Mm-hmm.
He was shooting bad from the field. Mm-hmm. Jordan Poole was shooting bad from the field.
Mm-hmm.
Only person who was going was Thompson, and you still win by like 3.
Yeah, they won by 3 or 4 points. It's just
That's
ridiculous.
crazy. That's insane. You need all
So
that
you know
to
when
win.
it goes to Golden State, this one is most likely going to be over.
Yeah.
Like Golden State is probably going to run him out of the building.
And Draymond gets ejected.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Golden State. Well, Draymond poking people in the eyes.
Man. I don't think he meant to do that on purpose. I don't think he.
This is the third player that Draymond Green has poked in the eyes, so I'm not going to say he didn't mean to do it on purpose.
Really?
Yes, LeBron and Harden. He poked both of them in the eyes before.
That's why Harden has the red eye?
Yeah. And he poked LeBron in the finals. So I'm not going to give Draymond the benefit of the doubt.
Oh.
He liked poking people in the eyes. He almost took Jokic out, but hey, Jokic came back and said, I'm going to give you 37.
Nah, I'm not going to say that. I think it was an accident. He was.
You can think it's an accident. He's done it too many times for me to say it's an accident.
Hey man, maybe he just needs to have some toenail clippings.
Yeah, he needs something. So, I guess we can talk about Memphis. Wait, no. Before we talk about Memphis, let's talk about the Raptors. Let's get all the 3-1s out the way.
Okay.
The Raptors.
We can start off.
The Raptors, they lost Game 3. I think we already covered Game 3 because that was the first Game 3 of any Game 3s so far. But they won Game 4. It was really a bad game from Philly as a whole, and you know Joel Embiid complained after the game about officiating and how it was one-sided. He got fined today for that, but it was more so I felt like it was the Raptors just like, okay, we don't want to get swept. We playing for pride right now, so they showed up. Thaddeus Young crossed Joel Embiid.
Oh my
I don't know if y'all
God.
saw that video.
Touch Earth. Oh.
Thaddeus Young crossed Joel Embiid.
Made that nigga an earthbender.
Yeah, and also Joel Embiid is hurt. Again, he has a torn
thumb.
ligament in his thumb,
Tough.
which he's gutting it out and playing through it. But I think that this series is going to be over in 5 games too. Unless, Doc Rivers is the coach. So it would be a Doc Rivers thing if they lose the next 3 games. But I think that Philly has this one.
Yeah, Philly is...
I think Philly is over with.
It's over with. Things I want to talk about. Raptors did put up a good fight, even though Fred VanVleet, he had that injury. We don't know what it is. What was it?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I just remember seeing him ripping his jersey off.
Ripping his jersey, and they still fought for the fans. They really have really good pride. Philly's going to lose this. Tyrese Maxey wasn't playing good. James Harden wasn't and that's not a good thing.
That's not the
that's
good
not
thing.
The good thing, So it was just one of those things that same thing with Denver, a culmination of all these things. Superstar getting hurt, supposedly fouls not getting called their way. Thaddeus Young returned back to the time that he did.
Whatever time that was.
Yeah,
if it wasn't even a time for him.
No, Thaddeus Young hasn't.
But not crossing over people.
It
was just a good.
It was
Raptors showed heart. That was what really, really came down to. But this one is probably going to be over today in Philly. So now we can talk about Memphis and the Timberwolves. Now, we're going to talk about Game 3 first.
Oh, yeah.
Minnesota had a 23 or a 26-point lead. They had a 20-point lead in the first half. Second quarter, they scored 12 points and let Memphis come back in the game. Third quarter, they jump out to a 26-point lead. And in the fourth quarter, Memphis goes on a 28-2 run to come back and take the lead and win the game. The Timberwolves scored 12 points in 2 quarters in Game 3. You know how hard that is? They scored 12 points in the second quarter, and then to follow that up, in the fourth quarter, they scored 12 points. That is crazy. I've never seen anything like that. That's ridiculous. And then Karl Anthony Towns... See, we're not going to go as hard on Karl Anthony Towns and the Timberwolves today because of what happened in Game 4.
Yeah.
But Karl Anthony Towns had 8 points in Game 3. And he only took 4 shots.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Memphis... I was so upset with Memphis that day. They scored 12 points. I mean, the Timberwolves. Yeah. I was so upset. They scored 12 points, bro.
Oh, my God.
How do you score 12 points? And not just 1 quarter, but 2.
I don't even think it's more of the what's his face. Kudos to them fighting back.
They scored 12 points, bro.
Kudos to them fighting back.
Look at this. 12 and 12. The
Oh my
Grizzlies
God.
scored 37 points in the fourth quarter,
Oh my
while the
God.
Timberwolves scored 12.
Desmond Bain went off.
Desmond Bain went off
Desmond
for 3.
Desmond Bain has been amazing in these playoffs.
Yeah.
Desmond Bain has been really showing his value for people who haven't been like being able to see him consistently because it's been Memphis.
It's Memphis, and everything's about John Memphis, but
yeah. But other than that,
Brandon Clark had a great game too, especially in the fourth quarter. I remember he got a bunch of offensive rebounds. I don't think he missed a shot in this game either. He had 20 points. Tyus Jones hit 2 big threes in the fourth quarter of Game 3. Yeah, and
John Morant gave you, even though he hasn't been scoring,
Yeah.
even though that he hasn't really been.
well, we're gonna talk about John Morant soon because I'm about to get on John Morant. Yeah,
But he had to have 10
he had a
assists.
triple double.
He did have a triple double.
Yeah, he had a triple double in Game 3.
Oh man, but
12 points, bro. Okay, so now we can talk about Game 4.
Okay.
So we could be fair to Timberwolves. They won Game 4. They pulled it out. They won by 1 point. But they pulled it out. Carthy Towns stepped up. You know, people was getting on him saying, "You're not ready for the playoffs. You're not ready for this moment." He stepped up. He had 30 points.
That's a big Dominican, man.
Yeah, he had 30 points.
Desmond
Bain had 34.
30. Oh man, like Desmond Bain.
Desmond Bain has been their best player.
He's been their best player. John Morant has been
Like he hasn't been John Morant.
He hasn't been showing. Only way that he's been able to really impact the game is through facilitating.
Yeah.
And but Desmond Bain has been literally
Lights out.
Lights out. Diving his body on the floor. Getting
You saw that play?
Yeah. I saw where that happened.
That was ridiculous.
Oh my god. I thought he had a concussion. I didn't think.
You don't know. I think I don't remember who was dribbling the ball for the Timberwolves. They was dribbling the ball up the court, and then Desmond Baines just Desmond Baines just hit square on Madden and dived for the ball, and it was ridiculous.
It was ridiculous, and then he just got up.
Yeah,
I know his mouth was hurting because he just.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Oh my god! But Karl Anthony Towns showed up.
He showed up. Edwards got hurt in this game in the beginning of the game, and I was scared.
Yeah,
I thought it was non-contact. I thought it was over.
Oh man!
But then he came back out and he trooped it out.
He had 24 in this game.
24.
I'm telling you, Anthony Edwards is the next guy, man.
He is.
I think Anthony Edwards, he's not the best creator, so it was really hard for him to people playing press up. So it's really hard for him to get in those diving lanes. But once he is, he's explosive.
Yeah.
He can attack the rim and he can shoot anywhere. It's over. It's gonna be over. Man.
D'Angelo Russell has to play better though, and we're gonna keep on saying that. But you can't just have 10 points. It's not gonna be enough if you want to win this series.
Patrick Beverley shouldn't be your third best player.
Yeah, he shouldn't be your third best scorer at least.
Even that.
Yeah, he shouldn't be your third best scorer. 17 points from Patrick Beverley, and you only get 10 from D'Angelo, is ridiculous.
And Patrick Beverley is great on the defensive end. He brings energy on the team. Even he's Patrick Beverley. He brings the energy to the team. He's like the Dylan Brooks of their team. Just brings.
But he just
energy.
knows who he is. He knows his role.
But what does D'Lo really bring?
Yeah. D'Lo is supposed to be the knockdown shooter, the playmaker, and he has 7 assists and all, but he's just not a threat out there on offense right now. He's been missing everything he's put up. Same thing with, like I said, John Morant. John Morant, he had 15 assists. A lot of that was to Desmond Bain, to be fair. But he just hasn't played good. He hasn't been the John Morant that was in MVP conversation earlier in the season.
Yeah.
Game 3, he was 5 of 18 from the floor. And in Game 4, he was 4 of 13. So it's just, he hasn't been the John Morant we've been expected to see. But I think that's going to change in Game 5. I think that he's going to have a crazy outburst in Game 5. I don't know if they're going to win, but I think that he's going to have an offensive explosion in Game 5.
Where they playing Game 5? Memphis?
Yeah, they're playing in Memphis. I think it's going to be... I think that game is going to... We're really going to see if the Timberwolves are about it.
I think the thing is with Karl Anthony Towns, he's been inconsistent.
Because he's been in foul trouble.
I mean, that's still part of inconsistency.
Yeah, he's been in foul trouble. So
you're gonna have to see.
He has to learn. There's this stat that in the games that they've lost, he's averaged 11 and 5. In the games that they've won, he's averaged 30 and 12.
And he's been dominant in the games that they won, but it's just the first game, the second game, right? Where he was hacking everybody.
Yeah, the second game he had fouls all over the place.
And then this game he only was able to put 4 shots, but he was in foul trouble there too, right?
Mm-hmm.
What quarter
he was in foul trouble. He took his fourth. He took his fourth shot in the fourth quarter.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like it was crazy. But he stepped up, like we said in Game 4, and now this thing is going back to Memphis 2-2. We're gonna give our Game 5 predictions at the end, so because we have a couple Game 5s that's gonna be big.
It's gonna be huge, and a couple Game 4s that's gonna be.
Yeah,
huge,
we'll get to them.
Know?
We'll get to them.
You know.
That game. Now the next is the Pelicans and the Suns.
Pelicans and the Suns.
That's gonna be. This is a fight right now.
This is a fight.
This is a fight right now.
Devin Booker. The thing is, the Suns are such a really good team, right? But you need.
They're so dependent on Devin Booker.
Right.
Yeah, you need him.
You need someone who's gonna elevate everyone. You need someone that's gonna add the 27 points because it's a well-oiled machine. But if Cam Johnson is your second best creator, it's terrible. I mean, DeAndre Ayton was playing like
he's been playing. He stepped up.
Yeah, like retro Afro 80s basketball.
Yeah, he stepped
big
up.
Man.
In Game 3, DeAndre Ayton, I believe, had 28 and 14, and then Chris Paul had 26 and 15 with 0 turnovers.
Yeah.
But the thing that upset me with Game 3 for the Pelicans is, you know that Chris Paul is the only shot creator on the floor. Why are you letting him go one-on-one? Like, you have to double him, send traps at him, which is what they did in Game 4. And let Malik Bridges and Cameron Johnson and all those dudes create their own shots, which they haven't been able to do, which they haven't shown that they can do yet. But DeAndre Ayton stepped up in Game 3.
Nah, but the Chris Paul, other game.
Chris Paul, now, let's get to Game 4.
I didn't know he had 4 points.
Game 4, Chris Paul got locked up. He did what the Pelicans did what they were supposed to do from the jump, which is they sent 2 at him. They sent New York boy, Jose Alvarado. He's from Queens, if y'all don't know.
Queens, man.
They sent him at Chris Paul. He became a pest. Herb Jones defensively is incredible.
Yo, who did he block when he blocked someone from the corner?
Malik Bridges. Yeah.
It was like the Zion shot.
It was like the Zion against Virginia. Oh my God!
Yeah.
He just flew out of the corner and blocked Malik Bridges' 3. Man,
you ever seen Superman take off, but didn't want to reveal
that
who he
Superman?
was? That's Herb Jones.
Yeah.
That was the Herb. That was all niggas around.
Yeah,
that's crazy, man. Herb Jones has been great.
Brandon Ingram has been incredible. Brandon Ingram is.
Oh,
honestly, I don't know. Brandon Ingram is playing like how KD should be playing. Honestly, like Brandon Ingram is getting to his spots no matter what defense is on him and just shooting over the top. And honestly, for the Suns, it's nothing you could do. You're there, like it's not bad defense. You're right in his face, but he just beat you at birth, as they like to say. Like he's just taller, lankier, and he could just shoot it right over you.
And I think the thing with the Pelicans, like they're not really reflective of their record. Right?
Yeah, they're a lot better team.
They have C.J. McCollum. They have Graham coming off the bench. They have B.I. They got big pickups in Larry Nance. Val has been playing good. He's been giving post work to.
Val was incredible last night.
Jonas
Valanciunas, he was incredible last night. I think he had 26 and 15.
Yeah,
which is ridiculous.
You got the dog biter. Hey man, he's a terrible person, but he's a good player. But
talking about Jackson Hayes.
Yeah. And who else?
They have Trey Murphy, their rookie, who's a knockdown shooter.
And it's just like, and they're just better athletes than the people on the Suns. The Suns is a well-oiled machine. They're a team that you want to have, especially with Devin Booker at the helm. They can like rely on that. They can rely on Chris Paul like slowing down the game. But if you guys freaking want to be Superman guarding you, you got Jose Alvarado, you got Larry Nance Jr. And
like it's nothing you can do.
It's tough.
It's nothing you can do.
It's really tough. So
there's gonna be a dogfight going to Phoenix.
I don't know. I really don't know who's gonna win this. I haven't really asked myself.
I don't know who's gonna win this, but I have my hopes that the Pelicans win this. I just want the Pelicans to win. I want the underdog to come out and beat the Suns, the team that everyone thought was gonna win the championship. I want the Suns to lose in this series.
But I don't think they make it like more competitive.
I don't think they do make it. I don't think they make
the playoffs more competitive.
I mean, they could.
But
I think
BI is tough.
yeah, I think they
BI
could
is
make it more
tough.
competitive. It just matters on who they play next.
Who would they play next?
And the next series we're gonna talk about Utah and the Mavericks.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah.
So game 3, Jalen Brunson went off again.
Pelicans against Mavericks actually pretty good.
It's actually a good series.
Okay.
They went off. Jalen Brunson went off. Utah still doesn't remember how to guard anybody. It was basically game 3 is basically what game 2 was all over again. So we don't really have to go over that.
It's terrible, man. And the thing is with game 3, it was just like wow, and Luka's coming back.
Yeah.
You know, because they don't know how to defend, and it seems just like the same recipe. It's like, you know how to make peanut butter and jelly?
But what's wild is when Luka came back, all of a sudden they knew how to defend, which is ridiculous. Like,
it's crazy.
Luka comes back for game 4, and all of a sudden Utah is like, okay, y'all not gonna score 100 points on us today, and Utah finds a way to win in a game that they needed to win, because if they lost this game, it would have been over with.
Mm-hmm.
Donovan Mitchell, he had a really rough shooting night.
Yeah.
He's been really rough these past 2 games, actually.
Let's pull up his.
And Rudy Gobert, he had a rough night from the free throw line. He was shot 50%. I believe he was 7 of 14.
Oh yeah, they ain't passing the ball the third game.
The third game, I mean, they never passed the ball.
Yeah.
But they made it a thing to give him the ball this time, and he scored a lot,
Shot.
but he missed a lot of free throws. Yeah, see, like Donovan Mitchell, he's been shooting horrible from 3. Like, he was 1 of 8 from 3 in game 3, and he was 2 of 10 in game 4. Donovan Mitchell has really struggled in this series for whatever reason. But hey, he passed the ball to Rudy for the game-winning shot. And it was a lob.
I saw the last 2 minutes. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I saw the intro, and I'm thinking like, you know, I saw a couple
Luka?
threes. Yeah, I saw a couple threes going in. I was like, but then I saw like the threes weren't going in necessarily for the Mavericks towards the end of the game, and then the last 201, it was really like a defensive grit, like especially for for Utah.
Mm-hmm.
And Utah is all about scoring and then Gobert.
Yeah.
You know, so the fact that they was able to pull out like a game being down like 90, 95, and they were still at 99.
Yeah.
You know, for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That just shows.
That's
like,
impressive.
Yeah, that just shows you like the
Utah. They showed fight. They showed a lot of fight.
Luka on the court, and he dropped what? A triple double, right?
Let me see. I know it wasn't what I was expecting. You know, when you hear Luka coming back, you thinking it's over with. Yeah. Especially with Utah.
Yeah, it was. But it was.
Luka had 30, 10, and 4.
30, 10, and 4.
Which is a great game, but he had 30 points, and the Mavs only scored 99. Which means that they was doing a good job on the rest of the people out there. And
then Donovan Mitchell pick and roll. And you know what's crazy? They was just they were okay with that because it's just like they never.
They're not gonna pass on the ball.
Not gonna pass on the ball.
Yeah.
What made you lose? Jason Kidd's probably saying another horrible human being, right?
Yeah. Jason Kidd is a horrible human being too.
So they're probably gonna be like, what did he do? Like, they passed him the ball. Who was gonna see that? You know, I don't know when hell is gonna freeze over.
Yeah.
You know, like, but good matchup for the Utah Jazz. I want to see. I still think the Mavericks are gonna destroy Utah. You know?
It's tough for me to see them winning too.
Even if it's 2-2. Because if you go up, because I feel like the Mavericks are going to be better than them, but then like a game could happen, and then there's a game 3. So if Utah, I think Bogdanovich, I don't think you should start Bogdanovich on Luka. Probably put Royce O'Neal more. I was seeing that, and I'm thinking like that's the energy you need, but I'd much rather have Royce O'Neal than Bogdanovich. How old is Bogdanovich? Like,
I don't know,
100?
but neither one of them is stopping anybody.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But Royce O'Neal is one of the most overrated defenders ever. All he does is just hit people. Like, he doesn't do anything defensively. He just tries to run people over.
Oh man.
So we can talk about our game 5 predictions now since you started with this one.
I say Mavericks.
I think the Mavericks are gonna win game 5.
Mavericks.
I think they're gonna win the series too. We're both on that.
Yeah.
I think that in terms of who's we just talking about, Memphis and the Timberwolves, I think Memphis is gonna win game 5 also.
I say that. I say big Dominican.
You think Timberwolves? I think the Timberwolves will win Game 6.
I
think that series is gonna go 7.
It would have to be Towns not fouling.
Yeah.
That's it. Thank God he was drafted by the Timberwolves instead of, Trujillo's Army, because that's a big.
Nah, bro.
I know he should do like this when he go in the room.
I think that for
oh man,
what other series is 2-2? Oh, the Pelicans and the Suns. I have the Pelicans winning Game 5. I have the Pelicans winning Game 5. I honestly do. I think that the Pelicans are gonna try to match what they did in Game 4. And honestly, I don't think Chris Paul is gonna have 4 points. He's gonna score, but I don't see anyone else that's gonna be able to step up and create their own shots. And there's no stopping Ingram. And then CJ didn't even have a good game in Game 4. Like, he was missing a lot of easy looks. So I think that the Pelicans just have something that they found. And unless Devin Booker is walking through that door, I don't think the Suns could match anything.
I think the Suns win Game 5. And here's why. I think you have one of the worst performances Chris Paul has probably played. He is one of the most, like, he's probably not physically one to be like, well, you watch next time, but probably like in terms of playing the game or competitiveness or just stick-to-itiveness, Chris Paul's going to find a way to try to decimate them. Yeah, you have Mr. Superman, Jose Alvarado, yeah, but there's a reason why Chris Paul is one of the all-time ceiling raisers in franchise history, Well, in league history. And you still have DeAndre Ayton, who's showing that he's been really good. I think they anchor down more on Valanciunas defensively. I don't think that he has the same game that he had last night. He was going off. But I think the Suns kind of calm it down. I think the Suns, like, straighten up their vests, I feel like they fix themselves, and I feel like they go against the Pelicans. I would like to see the Pelicans, because Pelicans and Mavericks seem more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think the Suns pull this one out.
I don't know. I don't think the Suns can't. I understand what you're saying in terms of Chris Paul, but I don't think that.
Yeah.
Chris Paul is also 37 now. He can't go every night like he once could. So I don't think that it's going to be... I think Chris Paul is going to play better, but I don't think we're going to see a masterclass game from Chris Paul. And if we do see that, then that's going to be what's needed, because I don't see anyone else on that court that's going to step up. Cameron Payne is awful. Cam Johnson, he needs someone to get him open look. Same with Mikal Bridges. DeAndre Ayton is really, really good, but he doesn't have the strength or the weight to stop Valanciunas. Like, Valanciunas is just way bigger than him and stronger than him. And then with Brandon Ingram, you just got to pray that he misses. Because it's literally nothing you can do with him defensively. And Jay Crowder, he can't shoot. Jay Crowder is one of them dudes. He's like a Danny Green, where he thinks he can shoot, but he can't shoot.
He has a reputation, but he can't knock it down. And then he scored his first three-pointer, like, last game.
Yeah, he can't shoot. He's one of them people.
Yeah, he just really be on the court, man.
Okay, so we can say Game 5 for Denver and the Nuggets. I think we both got Golden State winning that one. I know you want to give Jokic. I know you want to give Jokic another game, but
Jokic has been my MVP. He's not the sexiest MVP. He's not the one that's just like, wows you. But he is able to generate a team and uplift a team. And out of anyone that we know, out of any team that we know, they are comfortable going 3-1. Now, it is the Warriors. The Warriors are a whole different beast. The Warriors are...
And Golden State, too, is... Yeah. I think the Golden State is just going to run them off the floor, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I can see that.
With your head, you know who's going to win the game. But you just going with your heart. You want Jokic to win.
I want Jokic to pull it out. I think Jokic can pull out... No. I think Jokic can pull out Game 5, but I would be
extremely shocked.
I wouldn't be shocked. I should
wouldn't
say
be
that.
shocked.
I think Warriors are gonna win realistically, but I want the Nuggets to pull it out in 5. But I wouldn't be shocked if Nuggets pull it out in 5.
I would be shocked because I know Jokic is gonna do Jokic, but I don't know who else
Is gonna do who?
Like
else,
I don't trust Aaron Gordon at all,
or
especially on the road.
not Will Barton.
Will Barton, he can be consistent, but he's not gonna like take over a game or like.
And he was, and the crazy one, the more consistent one between him.
He was
and Monte Morris.
doing good. But it's
Monte Morris was doing good.
It's
and
just not doing anything.
He wasn't. What's his face?
Monte Morris. I think that they're finally gonna be like, all right, Steph, you're gonna start now, and they're just gonna run him off the floor. Then they're gonna run him off the floor. Honestly.
Oh man.
Game 5 for the Raptors and Philly. I think we both got Philly winning that one.
Philly. I think this is a game where, if you're Philly, you really try to see what James Harden has against them, because like I feel like they're gonna decimate him. I feel like they're gonna beat him. All these, you're gonna have to let Joel Embiid rest a little bit, and I think they're gonna, like, you know, Joel Embiid's gonna beat him up, can go sit down, and then Harden has to do his thing, because now we're gonna see what Harden can actually do or bring to the team, because we haven't seen that much from Harden.
Yeah.
So I think Philly still wins.
Philly's gonna win this one, to me.
I think Philly still wins, but I want to see Harden kind of go off this game.
I don't know. I would like to see that too, but I don't think he
got
will.
It like that.
Yeah,
no more?
I don't think he will.
Damn, it's like that, man.
I don't think it's like that. I just don't think that. I don't think the Raptors is a good matchup for him.
Yeah, they do have a lot.
They have a lot of wings.
Yeah, they have a good body. Yeah.
Okay, so the last game 5 we're gonna talk about is.
Oh man.
Atlanta and the Heat.
Oh, Atlanta and the Heat.
You already know what's coming. Yeah. Atlanta and the Heat. I'm like you when it comes to the Nuggets and the Warriors, where I want the Hawks to win, but I know the Heat are gonna win most likely.
With this one, I think it's not Trey who's due for one. I think people just have to start hitting their shots. I feel like Trey's taking a beating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's ugly, and he hasn't performed how Trae Young should perform.
Yeah.
Let's not excuse it, right? But I do also think, like, if they weren't playing with what's the circus niggas? Bailey and Ringham and Bailey.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Remember the old circus people in Times Square?
No.
Oh my
I don't know what you're
God.
talking about.
Oh man. Comment if you know the circus brothers that used to come in Madison Square Garden, or Madison Square Garden, and just have elephants for some reason. But like you can't be a clown, right? Kevin Harder has to create his own shot. Bogdanovich has to create his own shot. Hunter has to make his shots, and he can't like just shoot it once he gets stifled.
Yeah.
Like, you have to have people doing their job.
Yeah.
So it makes it easier for Trae Young, because you know what it looks like Trae Young. You ever went to like a hallway full of bullies and they're all just lined up, and they all just trying to like beat you up? That's what Miami Heat does.
Yeah, that's what they're doing to him.
With Butler and there's no Kyle Lowry, right? Is he out next game?
I'm most likely he's out next game.
To rest?
Yeah,
or just
I think he
health?
most likely he's out for his health and to rest him a little more. But I want the Hawks to win, but I just don't see them winning, honestly. I just don't see them winning.
It's tough.
Okay, now we can talk about the game that he's been waiting to talk about, the Nets and the Celtics.
Oh man,
You can just take away, bro.
This has been a great time for me. I never would have thought that Boston would have been here this quickly. I honestly thought that KD was gonna come in this series and beat Kevin Durant. But you know, we have the next we have the next face of the franchise playing for the Boston Celtics. You know? And his name is Jason Tatum, who can drop 39 points and lock up Kevin Durant. You know. MSNBC, you know? Like, whoa! Oh, man, Jason Tatum like, freeze, Kevin Durant, whoa! I don't want no trouble, man. He didn't want no trouble. How many shots? He only shot,
He just took 13 shots.
How many shots he took in the fourth? Like one? Right?
I don't remember. Honestly, he didn't look like he existed in the fourth quarter.
Kyrie, man, ain't doing nothing, man.
Yeah, Kyrie hasn't
Hey, man,
done
Boston
anything.
fans, talk your shit, man. I want to see a whole
That's
bunch
crazy
of manure.
because after game 1 we said don't say nothing.
Oh man, you can say whatever the fuck
But
you
now,
want. It's
now,
over.
yeah.
And Ben
I mean, it's
Simmons,
not. I don't think it's gonna come back to Boston, so it doesn't even matter.
You don't think it's gonna come back to us?
I think they win tonight and close this out. Honestly, I think after game 3, the Nets are just deflated and they're just like, it's over. They know their season is over. I think that's another reason why they're not playing Ben Simmons tonight.
Oh yeah.
Where they just feel like
and Kyrie
it's
Irving
over
saying,
with.
"Oh, this is different from 3-1."
Yeah. Yeah, this is over with,
done, bro.
This is over
It's
with.
over. Oh, Oh man, let's talk about how great Al Horford, Grant Williams, Robert Williams had some good minutes. You had what's this? Marcus Smart playing well on the defensive end. You had Jaylen Brown attacking every mismatch and going to the. It's just been perfect, right?
Yeah.
What else do you want? And our best player is playing like the best player. You know, I thought Jaylen Brown, honestly, coming to the series was gonna be disappointing. You know, him in the bubble, him not being able to play, probably the bright lights kind of got to him. Nigga was all wrong, man. This dude is amazing.
He's been great.
Oh my god, man. Daniel Tice, just being able to rotate. I like Al Horford more than Daniel Tice.
Nah, I think they both. I mean, Al Horford is playing a lot better, but I think they both do exactly what they're needed to do for their roles. I don't have much to say about the series, honestly. Yeah, that's why I let him take away this
Kevin
series.
Durant's been choking.
Yeah,
though.
this series is over with. Honestly,
him, Kyrie, the best player has been Bruce Brown.
Yeah, this series has been very disappointing.
Very
disappointing.
And Harden probably looking like
I made the right decision.
I made the right choice.
Yep. Well.
Oh man. Any other?
Nah, that's it. We'll see you. We'll be back Wednesday night to talk about what happened for Game 5, and probably talk about how the Celtics have swept the Nets, which is sad to say. And
no, it's not sad to say.
It is sad to say.
It's never sad.
I wanted it to be a competitive series.
Why wouldn't you want to clean?
I wanted it to be a competitive series.
Hey, man,
the only
tough.
series that I was like, this is not going to be a sweep is the Nets and Celtics, and that's what's looking like it's about to be. So kudos to the Celtics and shame on the Nets, honestly.
Yeah. Well, yeah, this is today's episode. Thank y'all. Please like and subscribe to the video, and take care, y'all.
All right.